This video is sponsored by Squarespace. You can make your own beautiful website or online store with this all-in-one platform. Today we're going to be drawing in my sketchbook and chatting. So first things first, let's grab some art supplies. I kind of wanted to use these Caran d'Ache pastels today because I really like using them. Gotta have the greens. Okay, I'm feeling like doing a really colorful spread today, so let's break open the sketchbook. This one is pretty full now. Yeah, this page has barely been touched, so we're gonna work on this page here. I like to put a mat underneath my work area just to protect my desk. It's not the prettiest background, but it works. It works. I'm not gonna even look at any references. I think I just wanna like doodle. Like, what would I draw if I wasn't filming? Let's try to do something like that. A little birdie. I've drawn a lot of birds lately. It's kind of part of the April package. So the idea I kind of had was to use my water-based markers, which are these ones, and do some simple coloring. I like using water-based because they do not bleed through, as you can see. And yeah, I really like this color actually. These are the Ohuhu ones. I've had them for years and years. Oh yeah, I saw something recently of like a bird with like a little cap on, like a pigeon that delivers things. I don't know if I quite like that. I'm not really warmed up yet. I haven't drawn in a bit. I've just been doing like, what's it called? I've been doing like digital art stuff. Rendering a painting, that's what it's called. I want him to have like a crossbody bag. I don't know why I'm sketching with blue, I just kind of picked it. Kind of want to draw a more real looking bird than like the ones with the tails that go up. So maybe I'll like carve out the background so that it's not noticeable. Oh, this is quite dark. Because if I cover it, you can't see it. You'll never know. No one will know. Something else that I wanted to talk about in this video while I just like doodled, I wanted to do a very like casual, chatty sketchbook video and talk about YouTube burnout and just like my thoughts so far. I've been doing YouTube since 2013 and I used to love posting videos, and not to say I don't enjoy making videos anymore. There's just something about it that has changed since I was younger. When I first started posting videos, I was just so excited. Like, I was so excited to grow my channel and to like, I was like posting my art online for the first time. So it was really exciting because of that novelty of it, and just like editing my videos, seeing speed paints and seeing things like come together. Like, I enjoyed the technical aspect and the community. And I still do. But you know, as you get older, you get used to things, the novelty wears off. And I basically turned it into my full-time job is YouTube, Instagram, shop, like tons of stuff. Lots of different things go into my art business. And I would say I've been burnt out on YouTube for like years. Like I think what really did it was when I was in university, I still posted videos every week. Something has just sort of felt stale about my videos for a long time, and I sort of feel like I'm just kind of like churning them out for the sake of it. And it's not every video that's like this, of course. Like, sometimes I'll make one and I'm like, oh, I really like the way this video turned out, and it's so fun to do. And I think the times where I am most happy with my videos, usually when I'm like trying something new or like doing something different. So that's why today I decided to record audio live. I used to do this and then I stopped because it felt like too much pressure. I think the part of YouTube that stresses me out the most is like knowing I have to post 2 videos a month at a certain time, and like anything that runs on a deadline will add stress. But I like having these deadlines because otherwise I don't think I would post videos as much, and I ultimately like sharing my art with the world. I really like the moment where I finish editing a video, it's uploading, I make the thumbnail, and it's out, and then people comment, and like it's just kind of satisfying to create a like little consumable piece of like short form. I was gonna say short form content, but that's not what it is, because short form content is like TikToks and stuff, but just like a little peek into my art world. And I've always loved sharing my art with people, but I feel like something has to change, and I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know, like maybe I need to draw less for my videos. I need to put less pressure on myself, like not speed them up as much, because usually I'll fill an entire page and I'm already thinking like, oh, I've been talking for so long and I've barely drawn anything, but maybe that's okay. I don't know. Another thing that's been bothering me pretty much since I started my channel back in the day is my video quality. And it's not that I think my videos are like extremely bad quality. It's just like the camera that I've been using, at least for the last few years, I've not been happy with it. And I haven't allowed myself to get an upgrade because they're so expensive and like, is it really gonna make that much of a difference? But I actually recently got a new camera. I don't know if you can tell, but the frame rate is better. And I just think it looks a lot better than my other one. But you'll have to let me know. This is my first time recording with it, so I still have to figure out the settings. But I'm really just mindlessly drawing here. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just like grabbing random colors. Okay. Another thing is that I just drank some water. Another thing is that I used to like show my office a lot more, my studio, and do studio tours, but I feel like I haven't done that in a while. And I don't know, it sort of feels like harder to film that stuff now because it kind of feels like I'm invading my like personal space, and like I don't really want to blast my personal space online. Just cause like, I don't know, it's kind of like my safe space and it's hard to get it to look good for filming. Like I moved a few months ago and I still haven't done a studio tour because it's not ready. And I will probably do that eventually, but I just like to focus on art for my videos for now. It's just too hard for me to like film my like daily activities, my daily life. I just like focusing on the art. And I think that's why most people followed me in the first place, was for art videos. So, okay, this guy looks a little bit odd. I think I put his feet in a weird way. I don't know why I'm just drawing birds. I'm not really used to drawing and talking anymore, so this is kind of difficult, honestly. But we're just doing whatever today. I've also been watching a lot of different creators, like sort of posting things about how they're changing up their business or they're stepping away from certain things, or I don't know, they're feeling like stuck or like in a pattern that they don't like and they want to make changes. And I've kind of been thinking about that lately too, but I don't think I really need to change anything about my business, but like I need to change the way that I approach videos because I want to keep making videos. They just feel like such a chore, and I don't really know why, because it's like once I'm actually filming them, it feels fine. It's just like getting started is so hard, and it just starts to feel very monotonous, like the whole process of like setting up the camera, sitting down, filming it, then transferring it to my computer, transferring it to the editor, like doing all the usual edits that I do, then doing a voiceover, editing the voiceover, and all that stuff. It's just starting to feel repetitive, and I don't know, I think finally deciding to get a new camera is going to help because I'm going to enjoy editing the footage more because it actually looks nice. Like the footage is something I'm much more happy with, and I'm going to try to upload in like 60 frames per second because I think that's a nice watchable frame rate. Doing changes like that helps. But to go back to the people that I've been watching, like if you're fans of Catnip Studio, you've probably seen her recent video about how they're going to close their studio and stop shipping out things from home. And she's going to more like print on demand and trying to focus more on her art first, then the business. And even though that's not where I'm headed, because I don't have like a bunch of employees and I'm not shipping out like hundreds and hundreds, thousands of orders a year, that part is not like a source of the burnout for me. It's really just the videos. But even just like the overall sentiment of that video, I found to be pretty inspiring. And just like, maybe there's some things that like I can change with like how I, like my daily routines and like how I approach making videos. Like maybe I can make some changes that won't result in me posting less, but will make it easier for me to post the long form YouTube content. And I don't know, that's sort of something that's been on my mind. I'm still figuring it out. I'm not really sure what exactly I'm gonna do differently, but you know, today I'm drawing and talking at the same time, and I don't know what I'm doing here. It's really hard to draw and talk at the same time. Maybe I'll go on my phone and look at some recent photos that I've taken. Oh yeah, I took some photos of squirrels, really cute squirrels. I could draw my dog. I'll do her a little more like cartoony. Now for a break to thank this video's sponsor, which is Squarespace. I've been using Squarespace to host my online portfolio for many years now, and they've always been a reliable platform to showcase my portfolio images really nicely beside each other. Something new I've been trying is using their e-commerce tools. I've actually been selling my Procreate brush packs on my Squarespace site, so it's a portfolio and a shop all in one, which is pretty cool. You can do a lot of different things on Squarespace. You can even have a blog, link off to all your different social media sites, and it's easy to get started by browsing through all of their templates or using Squarespace Blueprint to create your own template. If you'd like to try them out, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/JelArts to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Now back to the video. And in terms of the kind of content that I make on YouTube, I really like how I've shifted it to being like just sketchbook work pretty much. I just think it's like the easiest thing for me to film, and it's the thing that I want to film the most. Like, I don't really want to film myself doing like full paintings and like agonizing over like little details and stuff like that. I enjoy just like filming my random little doodles in my sketchbook here. I think it makes me draw more, and I don't know, I just like the idea of having like a sketchbook based channel. And if there's a way I could like lean into the casualness of that a little more, I think that would be good. And also, if there's like a certain type of video that you like to see the most from me, like I know I do the same sort of thing each time, but like, should I show my like paint palette more? Like, should I zoom out more? Now that I have a new camera, I can actually zoom out more, because my old videos were kind of like, okay, I say old videos, it was literally like my last one. I mean to say my old camera cropped things a lot and it looked better when I zoomed in. So things were sort of like a little bit too close to the camera. But now I think I have a little more zoom to work with, and I'm excited about that. And another thing that I really admire the channels that film themselves and their face talking. It seems like that opens the door for doing like a lot more different kinds of content. But I don't know, like, I don't like filming myself. I don't mind like people knowing what I look like, that's fine. I filmed myself in the past. I just don't like the idea of feeling like I need to be camera ready. And some people might say like, oh, it doesn't matter what you look like, you can just film yourself, and like, you don't have to be wearing makeup, you don't have to be doing all these things. I don't know, I just like to sort of keep myself private, I guess, and I like to focus on my art and sort of be like a faceless channel, but with a face at times when I feel like it. Like, I never want to film myself when I don't feel like putting myself out there. This is a cute little doodle based off a photo of my dog. I also think I've made my sketchbook spreads like way more complicated than they need to be than I used to do. That didn't make any sense. I don't know, they all have like so much color and I love that, but it can be more simple too. I don't know, just some thoughts I've been having lately. I recorded for 20 minutes, the camera got really hot, so now we switched to 30 frames per second. So we'll see if that happens again. So I don't know, I think I need to like approach the way I see videos differently. Do I want green? I don't think I do. Maybe this color. Another thing, I know I just talked about how I feel kind of uncomfortable filming my spaces, but I kind of want to do like, okay, this is something that I like the idea of doing that I don't know if I will actually enjoy doing, but I want to show like where my studio is at and then show like the process of me making it more and more my own. Would you be interested in seeing more studio content? I really like watching those kinds of videos, so maybe other people will too. I used to make them more often. I honestly don't really know what I'm drawing. I'm just like, this is sort of what my dog looks like. See, this sketch, then this sketch, then this sketch are kind of like, what's going on? They look a little weird. But now I'm a little more happy with these ones. Sometimes I start thinking about like, oh, what if I started posting every week again? Like maybe the momentum would sort of carry myself forward and I'd be able to like it'd be easier in a way, because you know, like the more you do, the more you can do. So if I posted every week, maybe that would actually end up being easier. And I would feel less pressure per video because there'd be more of them, so there's more room for like things to not do well. I guess we're drawing dogs today. Birds and dogs, a comfort drawing. This looks a little proportionally weird. Maybe if I color it in, it'll make it better. Famous last words. Also, I keep leaning in and getting my head in the shot. I gotta stop. Gotta stop doing that. And you just see my hair, my flyaways. I used to be very self-conscious about my flyaways being in the shot, which are like the baby hairs that stick out, because often I will tie my hair back when I'm filming. But then if you just see a peak of my head, it just looks like this like fuzzball, like a rat's nest of just like flyaway hairs. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Maybe a lot of you relate to the flyaways. I got this really cool pencil holder from Caran d'Ache. It's made for the Caran d'Ache ones because I kept pressing way too hard and snapping them. So now I just use this little holder. I'm gonna do some details with this. And first we're gonna sharpen it, but I'm not gonna show the knife because it's YouTube and I don't wanna get demonetized. But it is for craft purposes, so probably fine. I never really looked into that. I just assumed it'd be kind of odd. Today we're trying to not care about how things are looking, but also care a little bit. Care a little bit on the inside. It's like, oh no, it doesn't matter, but secretly it does matter. And I can like sort of reshape the silhouette of the dog. That looks a little bit better, I think. I kind of like that. I like going a little bit of light colors. What's the opposite of reddish orange? Green? Should I get yellow? Pink? There's a certain color that needs to be the background. Maybe just like a bright yellow. Oh, this is quite faded. I kind of like it though. Be careful not to touch the things that will clog the nib. Even though it looks cool, careful not to do that. He's just a little dog. As I'm drawing, I'm thinking more about what I've been talking about. I think the part of filming that is tiring is having to make sure that the shot looks good and having to make sure that it sounds good and like worrying so much about everything being just right. That's like something that affects my entire life, is like perfectionism, people pleasing, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, if it's not just right, if it's not perfect, then like I feel this great discomfort. But you know, let's try to embrace more imperfection. Let's embrace the imperfection. I don't want to be so like rigid and worried about videos and filming, but like you need to be able to see what I'm doing. Oh, drawing another dog face because it's fun. It's kind of based on my own dog. She's got like that half, well not half, like it's 2 black spots on either side of her face. What if we draw little tiny birds? Oh, with really long beaks. It's always like at this point in the page where I start adding like the stupidest doodles. These are really funny to me. Their beaks are so long. And this is how you come up with ideas. This is how you really come up with the best ideas is when you're sketchbooking. Now, is there anything I can add to make some of this more interesting? I just dropped a memory card. When I bought this camera, it came with a free 128 gigabyte card, which is amazing because those things are kind of pricey. The camera was way more pricey than that though. Like I think a lot of my other sketchbook pages, I will just like work into things so much until like it looks okay, but it's not, it loses the charm. I don't want to lose the charm of this page. This one could be like a little more detailed or like slightly higher contrast so you can kind of see it better. I want to leave this like this just because I like it. Put some orange here. Trying to carve out the shape a little more and do a whole page of those. Who's stopping me from doing that? The only person stopping me is myself. It's the little guy style, you know, when you're just drawing little guys. This is the style. If anyone wants to have fun in their sketchbook, get these. Get these. It's what I always wanted oil pastels to feel like. They don't hurt your hand because they're so soft. You just add fun color everywhere. They're water soluble, which is fun. Give her a pink collar. Little like pops of color here and there. Let's call it done. Let's not overwork it. let's go with the spirit of the topic of this video and just leave this the way it is. Maybe I'll add into it later, but this was pretty fun and refreshing to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts about everything I said and, you know, which sketch is your favorite. Which sketch is my favorite? I think my favorite sketch is this out of this whole page. Yeah. This is a pretty good one. And I like my dog. Her name is Olive, by the way. She's my parents' dog. Not mine, but you know, I was there when we first got her, so I'm like part of her pack, if that makes sense. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching if you got to the end, or even if you didn't, but if you didn't, then you wouldn't be hearing this. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and I will see you in my next one.